Cool, we're back. Hey, Bergel. Yeah, so, I have a question for you.
Good, go.
You know Jurassic Park?
I definitely do.
The movies.
Mm-hmm.
If they were real, would you go?
To Jurassic Park?
Yeah. You know where all the dinosaurs are?
I don't think there's a different Jurassic Park. I think that's the only one. I don't know if anybody has a bake shop and they're like, it's Jurassic Park. We sell donuts. Would I go to Jurassic Park? That is the question. Is it okay? How long has it been open for?
It's been open for a year.
1 year. That's it. That is a test.
Only 1 year. Yeah.
And has it been opened? Has there been a different version? This isn't like Jurassic World or anything, right? Like this is the first Jurassic Park.
Oh, this is like Jurassic Park back in the 80s sort of thing, not Jurassic World. Well, I guess in the movie of Jurassic World in that universe, people went back after it all went horribly wrong anyway. So do you know what I would do? I would go to Jurassic World, not Jurassic Park, because Jurassic World has Chris Pratt.
I would go to Satan's doorstep if Chris Pratt was there. Willingly take me. Back of the bus,
Yeah.
Sounds good. Put my luggage in. See you there. Would I go to Jurassic Park? I don't think Jurassic Park's a good idea because we can't even act appropriately in zoos. I mean, as you saw, people dangle their children over railings. That's not fair. I know everybody makes mistakes, but I mean, if we can't even respect, and then I just don't trust other people. Genuinely, I don't trust technology. My laptop doesn't even work properly. Who's to say that these freaking gates are gonna work properly?
Yeah, I don't trust other humans.
No, I don't trust
know
other
if
Billy
humans.
Bob, who's in charge of taking care of the velociraptors today, has taken his meds and remembered to shut the gate for my safety. I don't. And then the thing is with these parks is that they need to keep people intrigued, right? So they constantly need to make it more and more interesting. So then the next thing is like, you know, take a triceratops for a walk, and it's like.
Do you know what the other thing is? Is that a lot of animals in zoos are like herbivores. They're like not carnivores. Not cannibals, carnivores. I started saying it and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, words. You know, they aren't interested in eating humans. So I generally actually don't like the ideas of zoos generally. Like I don't like the idea that something is locked up. I understand it for like survival of the species and things like that, and extinction, and like, you know, making sure that the animal is still there because they won't survive in the wild, you know, down to us anyway, but but dinosaurs want to eat humans, and they are bigger tin us and they are stronger than us, and they could easily just whip us all up in their mouth and like chew away. Yeah, and the only animal really, like I would say in like a zoo type thing is lions are probably the most dangerous, aren't they? And or like leopards or something like that.
The cat family.
Because like elephants don't like eat humans, giraffes don't eat humans, whereas like literally all the dinosaurs want to eat you.
Yeah. Well,
they see you as food. They're like, why is my food watching me like in a cage? Like this seems weird.
Well, there are herbivores, however you say, where they wouldn't, you know, I really should have looked up different dinosaur terms. I have a friend who's like 10 who knows all of them.
Yeah, but most dinosaurs want to eat you. Most dinosaurs want to eat you.
No, and like, but there's the worry of like, and same with elephants. They don't want to eat me, but you know, I feel like we don't understand their psychology. So if something startles them, like, isn't it with elephants, if they see snakes, they like trample, right? Like they panic and they just, and I barely understand humans. I don't understand animals. I don't understand elephants. I definitely wouldn't understand dinosaurs. And that worries me because I don't know what startles them. Like people don't know that when I see a mouse, I turn into a full 4-year-old on a chair, terrified. I can't do it. I'm like fairly calm, and like that's the way that I see animals, is that I don't know what sets them off. I don't know what makes them tick. With humans, I don't know that, but they're not gonna kill me for the most part, right? animals, their defense mechanism is I am scared, I'm gonna kill whatever is in front of me because that's my fight or flight.
Yeah.
So with dinosaurs, who knows what sets them off? They could see the color orange and go, yeah, and like charge, you know? Like,
that was a really good dinosaur sound.
And I just happened to be sporting my favorite orange t-shirt that day. And it's like a bull seeing, that's another thing. Bulls see red and they go, like, that's a color. I haven't even done anything. I'm just wearing a color. And it wants to charge at me.
That's so funny.
Who knows what dinosaurs want to charge?
That's so true. So maybe in a couple years' time, if it's been around for like 10 years, they've been studying them and all this, and they make it safer and safer every year, would you go then?
Is Pratt there?
Pratt's there.
I don't know. Maybe I would go with someone. Okay, you know what? I would go. But I would take someone with me who I very gladly would throw in front of me as a sacrifice. Like, I wouldn't go with my mom or anyone from my family. I would go with someone who, you know, that bitch Sandra from accounting that we were talking about. Just that way. Any sudden movement and right in front. Like that is...
Yeah. But then I wouldn't say that just one human is going to be enough. I feel like if you're in a... Tyrannosaurus Rex is
a school bus of people who I don't like. But even touching on what you said about zoos, you're absolutely right. I agree. I don't think that like healthy, you know, like perfectly normal animals should be held in zoos because they should be off living their life. I understand if they have like a medical condition and they would die and like we're trying to study them or whatever, like that's fine. We can take care for them and create welcoming environments. But if these are lions that are like in perfect shape and they should be in the wild, they should be in the wild, you know? And
you wouldn't go to a human zoo, would you? Like if we had a zoo in England with all the Canadians. Just all of us walking around with toques and maple syrup and Tim Hortons and we'd be like, can we put you in a zoo? You'd be like, yeah, sure, no, go ahead.
If that's easier for you, then sure, yeah. I mean, I have a family if you want to take them too.
I can lock myself in.
Don't you worry. We'll build the house. Don't worry. Of different cultures. Yes, no, I don't think I would go because I am very untrusting of people and I don't understand animals and I don't think it's fair to the dinosaurs to have to stay captive. However, I also don't want them roaming free. We'd have to create an island for them like they did and just let them stay
like
there.
Jurassic World. There is an island. That's what they do.
But I don't think that it should be for the viewing of people. It shouldn't be an entertainment because, I mean... Maybe that whole series, like, that was just a reflection on what we do in zoos, and people go, oh my god, that's terrible. I would never lock up dinosaurs. That's not fair to them. And then, you know, society is just kind of going, well, you do the same thing to regular
But
animals.
people love the zoo, don't they? Do you think that zoo is a really outdated, you know, human invention sort of thing?
Kinda
you know,
like
that
circuses?
they brought... Yeah, because like the whole idea of a zoo is that back in the 1800s or something, when they were like, you know, going on their boats back to like India and they brought back a tiger and it was like, look at this far long creature, it lives in this land, and like, you know, and then people are like, wow. But now that people can genuinely go to the places where they, you know, where you can see, like, is it an outdated, you know, human creation and unethical?
I think so.
Considering that the world is so much smaller nowadays anyway, you don't actually need zoos to like displace all these animals.
Yeah, you can, and there, I mean, I thought, like, you know, the whole purpose of zoos and circuses, well, circuses were for entertainment, but zoos in the first place was for education purposes. But now, like you said, we don't really need that. We can learn everything on the internet, or you can actually go to these locations, and that's, you know, and you're preserving the culture of those, you know, like Africa, like, is going to have their animals back. Like, that is a part of their culture.
But then I guess it would be like a class thing as well, because some people don't have the money to get to the country where the animal is to see it. So like, in fact, it being in a zoo and you pay 20 quid and you go for the day and your kids can see it and everything. So
but then equally, like, because it's cheap to go to a zoo just to watch them, they're also probably not getting the funding to treat these animals properly. So it's just like a never-ending circle, right? Like, it's a cycle of we don't have enough money to care for these animals, but we need to but their whole purpose of being here is so that people can learn about them. But then, so it's just this never-ending. It's not fair to the animals. And I guarantee you, if you say like, oh, you know, we have a zoo for domestic animals, you know, we have a zoo for, well, I guess that's kind of
Yeah.
like the pound, like the SPCA. It's just, but anyway, I would not go. I would have a lot of people go before me. Let me know how it is. Take photos, Zoom with me. I just don't want to, and what's the security too?
I would go with Chris Pratt. I feel like he would take me on a date and he'd be like, I have the perfect first date, and he would take me on a private tour around Jurassic World.
I would just be happy seeing him behind plexiglass and, you know, barbed wire and a security system and 8 security guards in front of him, and if I could just peek over and just see his eyebrows, I'd be like, that's it, I'm done. Thank you. Boat back, 1 ticket, please. Like
So basically, the only reason we're going to a zoo is because Chris Pratt's there. So why don't we just go to like Chris Pratt?
I thought you were going to say the Chris Pratt Zoo. It's just a zoo of Chris Pratt.
We could clone them. We could clone Chris Pratt and have a zoo of all these different Chris Pratts.
And it's just him doing everyday things, you know, making coffee, and we go, oh my god, do you see? And then we tap on the glass and he just goes. There's a huge sign that says, please do not tap on the glass. Chris has sensitive ears.
Coffee Chris doesn't like tapping. Oh my god.
Anyway, I wouldn't go. Don't go. Don't do it. Or let me know how it is.